Hello and welcome to all of our Gold Learning viewers. I'm Fiona Lang-Sharp, IBCLC Director of Communications and MC for Gold Learning. Well, welcome everyone today. I have the absolute pleasure of sitting down with Tom Johnston. Tom, it is so good to have you back here at Gold. And you are going to be our keynote presenter coming up here at our Gold Perinatal Conference 2017. How exciting is that?
Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm terribly excited. Thank you for inviting me back. When you first invited me back, I was flabbergasted and intimidated, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, we loved having you, and I know this topic is it is very close to your heart. I know that, and we've talked about it many times before. But first of all, let's go back a little bit, Tom. Why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself again to our listening audience today, and tell them a little bit about yourself and what you're doing on a day-to-day basis right now.
Well, sure. So as we mentioned earlier, I'm retired Army, and I'm currently teaching in a nursing program here in North Carolina. I've figured out a way to get myself in every year of the 4-year program, so I get to work with the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, the seniors, and
Wow.
I really love the way I get to watch them transition from
Yeah.
scared high school students to, actual graduate nurses that are ready to take on the world. It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do was to be a teacher. So
Wow.
that's one of the things I really get to enjoy doing. And For my clinical practice, I do home health lactation, where I get to go into the homes of new mothers, usually in the first couple of weeks after giving birth, and help them with their breastfeeding issues. Terribly rewarding. I've been working as a lactation consultant, for at least the last 15, 16 years or so. But I never had the time to just sit with a mom for, 2 hours at a time and help them with breastfeeding like I do now. It's so rewarding. I'm so much about what lactation is like that I never really understood before.
Wonderful, wonderful, Tom. Well, it's so nice to hear, and I loved hearing that you get to teach at all those levels because that's very cool. You get to see from the time that they come in, like you said, to their growth all the way through when they graduate. So that must be really rewarding for you.
It is. It's so much fun.
That's awesome. Well, as you can see everyone on the screen, we're going to be talking about the perinatal microbiome. And so, Tom, perhaps you can tell us briefly how this topic has really become, for you, one of the things that you talk about, I know a lot, but when did it all start for you? How did you discover that this was something that you really wanted to delve deeper into?
Well, it started just kind of accidentally. I was talking with a professor at the military's medical school out in Bethesda, Maryland, and she was talking about this new understanding of bacteria and how it controls our metabolism. And I was interested in molecular biology at the time, and so I was doing a lot of reading. And one day I dove down a rabbit hole in my research. I don't know how many other people do it, but whenever I pull up a search looking for information and I find an article that I like, I tend to look at the 3 or 4 suggested articles that go along with it. And it's what I call rabbit hole searching, and it takes me down a path. It's really kind of fun to do. And so I just dove down this rabbit hole one day and came out, a week or two later. And I was just enamored of the topic. It's just so very powerful. And then I'm going to introduce our listeners to Backhead's study, which has an incredibly stunning chart on it that I'm going to show everybody during our talk. And that I think that once you see that, you'll maybe as in love with this topic as I am.
Oh, I'm sure this is going to be very rewarding for our delegates. And as it is truly for me too, because it's one of those topics that is just exploding. And I'm going to tell everyone now, we were talking a little offline here about this topic, and you were saying that, this topic is so big, and your presentation could go on for a whole day, I'm sure, and then some, right? Because there's so many
Hmm.
unanswered questions at this point. But I just can't wait, honestly, Tom, to hear you. And I will remind everyone right now, before we wrap things up, it is on October 2nd that Tom Johnston is going to be with us. And you can go to our website at goldperinatal.com to register for that. That's our keynote presentation, and that is open and free access for everyone, so that will be wonderful. Okay, so before we wrap things up here, Tom, tell me, what do you think is probably, what are you hoping is the best takeaway, or what are you hoping to share with our audience during your time with us here at Gold Perinatal?
Well, the thing that I'm most excited about was a recent discovery I made, and it was so shocking to me when the light bulb went on. I truly had an epiphany. I threw my pen down and pushed my chair away from the desk and screamed and cursed about shut the front door. I could not believe it. I made a connection um, between the mouth and the placenta, which just blew me away. And I hope
Uh-huh.
that when you guys get to hear this presentation, you'll be as fascinated as I am. There appears to be some yet undiscovered pathway between the mouth and the placenta during pregnancy, and I could not believe it when I saw it. Only a few articles out there, just a few studies on it, but
Uh-huh.
my goodness, it's earth shattering. It will revolutionize how we look at pregnancy, I think.
Wow, well, this is incredible. My mouth is literally wide open as you're saying this, because this is brand new to me, and now this is it, Tom. I'm going to be chasing you to find out all these answers. I want the inside scoop. Wow.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is amazing. Wow. I can't wait to hear more, but I'm going to keep it under wraps for everyone until, of course, your live day on October 2nd.
Oh,
And
you're
we
such a
invite all
tease.
of you, yes, we invite all of you to come in and listen to Tom Johnston talk about the perinatal microbiome. Well, you will find out more about those connections between the mouth and the placenta. That's just incredible, Tom. Thank you for being here today and sort of teasing us a little bit, I feel, about what's coming up, but that's wonderful. It's very intriguing.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I can't wait to share this with everyone.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Well, that's good. Well, thank you again, Tom, for being here. And again, for our listening audience, thank you for joining us today. It's always great to have our guests come in. And quick reminder, go to our website, goldperinatal.com, real easy. And on there, you'll be able to register for this presentation, the perinatal microbiome, October 2nd. It will be live. You can also listen to it recorded, and that is free and open access to the general public, and of course to our wonderful Gold Perinatal Conference as well. You'll be able to register too. Thank you again, everyone, and have a great day. Bye-bye for now.